Yo, I hope y'all all doing very well. It's been a little minute since the last time I posted a video. I'm pretty sure it's been a little over a month. Just been focusing on trading, getting better, and just life in general. I'm just living life currently, honestly. But I'm coming back to YouTube now, coming back to everything now. I'm about to get the ball back rolling, and we're going to be posting consistently way more now. Am I going to post every day of every single trade recap and everything? Nah, I don't think so. I'm going to do most days, though. Try to get out recaps. Might do more lessons like these. As you can see, today we're going over risk management. Now, LIQUIDITY, as y'all can see, is this server right here, where I go through all my pre-market, my chart reviews, and shit like that. This is the name of the server. Was thinking about making it public eventually. So far, I'm not gonna do it. just based off, like, I don't really feel like doing that shit, honestly. Until I'm gonna give it a couple of months, and I'll make up my mind if I decide to make this server public or not. So far, I'm keeping it private. If you like to get access to the server, you can shoot me a DM. Possibly, I might get you in here, I might not. I don't really want anybody who isn't there to actually work inside that server. Honestly, I'm honestly about to kick a lot of people out of that shit because people are half-assing. I don't want half-assers in my server. But yeah, presenting to LIQUIDITY and now YouTube as well. We are going with risk management today, as risk management is a key thing in trading in general. Most people do not know how to risk manage, so here's the video for y'all. All right, now here are foundational information that everybody must know when it comes down to risk managing. You must know your risk to reward. Win rate doesn't really matter that much, in my opinion. It really comes down to how your risk to reward is, and we're gonna go into that. You must know your past data. We're not talking about back testing or anything like that. Back testing is a completely different thing. We're talking about live trading data. So every single day when you take that trade and you journal afterwards, that type of data. And you must know rules. Without rules, you're not, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you trading without rules? All right. Now, what is risk management? Risk management is the way you decide to control the amount of capital that you're trading with. So whether that's traded on a 50K account, a 25K account, 100K account, etc. Everybody is all different drawdown amounts. It's the way that you decide to trade it. How you decide the risk day by day in your trading, whether that is sizing heavier per trade, giving you less trades to work with overall on that account, but it will give you bigger profits if that take profit hits, or sizing lighter on those accounts, giving you more trades to work with on your accounts. So if you take consistent losses, you're still going to have the account and it's not going to get blown really fast. And the overall goal is to understand the risk that you're taking and having a plan to minimize the potential harm on your account with each trade rather than eliminate risk in general. As we are traders, we have to put a risk to make profit. We have to risk that money to make money, essentially. If you are here thinking that, hey, I'm not trying to put that up that much amount of money per trade because you're scared and you don't really want to risk, then you're not gonna get anywhere in this profession, honestly. So if that's how you think, quit. All right, just quit. You're gonna have to put some risk on. Okay, buddy. Now, what is sound risk management? Sound risk management is being able to properly control your risk every single day without failing and being disciplined enough to control any emotion that would affect that. You're simply just following your rules every single day. It's the same thing as following a model, basically. But in my opinion, risk management is way more important than that model, because there is going to be days where you're going to stray away from the model for emotional reasons or anything like that. And that's when your risk management steps in and saves you and your account. Now, here are some examples of risk management rules. Some of them I use myself. Some of them are just shit I thought about on the spot. Now, getting off after 2 losses. Most of the time, after you take 2 straight losses, you're probably not on the right side of the market, or you're probably not in the right emotional headspace to still keep on trading, honestly. So most of the time, I recommend getting off after 2 losses, getting off after a win, as you don't want to keep on trading after you already made profit. Because let's say if you take a loss after you took a win, now you want to make the little bit of money that you lost back, and you're just going to be inside of a cycle. It's like keep on trading until you ultimately lose all your profit, or you end up blowing the account just because you wanted to keep on trading and over trade it. Getting off after X amount of trades in a singular day, so that could be getting off after 3 trades. So you give yourself 3 trades max per day, and you take 3 trades on a day. That could be 3 break evens. That could be 2 losses and a break, or it could be a break even, then a loss, then a win. Could be, just making sure you get off after a certain amount of trades, as you don't want to over trade. Getting off after the FOMO trade, as if you're gonna sit there and you're FOMOing, you're most likely not in the right mindset to keep on trading if you're FOMOing in the market. So you're better off just getting off, risking less on days that you're worse on, or just not trading them at all. So let's say Mondays and Tuesdays are your worst days out the week. Those days you can either decide not to trade at all, or you could just size down, as you tend to lose more on those days. So it's better off to sit on the bench a little bit and just come off the bench, sizing less and everything like that. And then once the days that you're really good on, you start those days and you put on size for those days, and ultimately you perform way better. So you're going to for sure get profit 9 times out of 10. Risking a set amount of money per trade. So that could be $200-300 per trade. Honestly, in that funded stage, that's the sweet spot in my opinion. $200-300 per trade. It gives you enough trades to, it gives you enough room on your account to work with. So you could take about, if you're risking about $200 per trade on a 50K account, which is 2K drawdown, you have about like 10 trades to give. So you have to lose 10 trades in a row to literally build the account. That's perfect. You could size up a little bit more, go 300, so you can make a little bit more profits. Is up to you, honestly, in my opinion. But $200-300, sweet spot in my opinion. Anything more than that, you're risking a whole lot of money. Anything less than that, you're not going to make enough profits on your winning days at all, in my opinion. Now, sound risk management consists of consistent dollar amounts being risked per trade, as I just went over here. Staying disciplined, following your rules, and creating rules if you haven't already. Why are you trading without rules? I don't know, but if you are, set them now. Especially risk management rules, in my opinion, these matter more than actual rules when it comes down to executing the market and everything like that. This shit is way more important, because everybody can have the same model, but without that risk management, some people are gonna prosper with the model because they are risk managing, while the others who aren't profiting with the model aren't risk managing. So shit like that. Knowing your RR per trade and knowing your win rate, and we're gonna come right here to this table for that. So as you probably seen before, higher the win rate, the lower the RR you need. The lower the RR, the higher win rate you need, and the higher the RR, the lower win rate that you need. That's why I stated before at the start of the video, in my opinion, win rate doesn't really matter if you have a high enough RR. Me personally, I trade around a 1 to 3, and I try to get to at least 50% to 50% plus, around 60-70% win rate. That's what that's the overall goal, honestly, and just keeping it up that high, because 1 to 3 is perfect. It takes me 3 losses to make back 1 big win. It's beautiful. That's perfect. Give me 3 trades, and if I lose 3 trades in a row on 3 different days, all it takes is 1 good day to make back everything, and potentially even more. And anything else higher than that is honestly amazing. Me personally, I like higher RRs. I don't really care about the win rate that much either. It doesn't do anything for me. But I recommend having that middle ground of high enough RR, which is 1 to 3, 1 to 2s, and having that high enough win rate around 50% plus. But don't focus on win rate too much, in my opinion. Focus on consistent dollars amount being risked, as I stated before, and focus on having that higher RR, and you're more likely to be profitable that way, rather than having, running 1-on-ones and shit like that. But trade how you feel is the best for you, essentially. Now here are some extra tips. Use your past data, as I stated before. Utilize past data to find out many things about where you are at in your trading, where you can improve, and how you trade. Using this data to find out how many trades you can take per day, how much are you willing to risk normally, as certain people can naturally risk more just based off of emotions, everything like that, while others have to size down more. When you need to size down, and when you eventually can size up and things like that. Now, from past data, you can answer these questions right here. What are your best performing days, and what are your worst performing days? So coming into those days out the week, to you're either more likely to trade those days, or more likely to sit out those days naturally, as, hey, I don't really win this much on these days, or I lose this. I win a lot on certain days. Just knowing what days you tend to perform best on is pretty good to know. How many trades on average do you take? If you take more trades than what you take on average, you're more likely overtrade. You're most likely overtrading and going to take a losing day that day. In my opinion, you shouldn't trade more than the average amount of trades that you take based off of past data. So you gotta go through your journal and get all this stuff. By the way, how often do you follow your rules? So if you sit there, you're unprofitable. Do you follow your rules or not? Basically, if you don't follow your rules often, boom, there's your problem right there. What are your weak points in your trading? As traders, we're always going to evolve. So over time, you're going to know, hey, this is where I'm weak at right now. This is where I can strengthen at. And knowing your strong points, like, hey, your strong point could be your high time frame. So, hey, I know the high time frame so well that I should be super confident in my high time frame 24/7. My weak point could be entries in that low time frame. So basically, I should focus on more so learning the low time frame even better. So then, once I do execute, I can be fully confident that, hey, my TP is gonna fully hit towards the high time frame DOL, which I already know is gonna hit, because I know that, hey, I know my high time frame shit well, basically. What's your average RR? Honestly, that's just good to know, for real. So let's say your average RR is like a 3R. So would it be worth it? Would it be worth taking a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2 RR trade? Not really, honestly. If your average is like 1 to 3, so I would just want to stay around that average or even more per trade. How much do you lose on average, and how much do you win on average? You got to make sure that the amounts that you're winning, or that you're losing, is not more than half that you're winning, basically. So let's say if you make $1,500 on average per trade, and on per winning trade, and on average you lose about $750 per trade. In my opinion, anything higher than that, you're exceeding the limit of what you should be at, as you always want to keep your losers smaller than your winners, and that's where higher RR comes in. 1 to 3s, 1 to 4s, things like that, because you're going to be making 3x or 4x your loss, every single win, and etc. Simple as that. And yeah, I think that's about it. Boom. Yeah, thank y'all. Thank you for watching this video. You feel me? All of my social medias and everything is right here. Discord, I have a separate Discord. This this link right here was to LIQUIDITY. I'm not making that public, as I stated before, so this is all covered up. But there is a Discord that I am in currently that I'm pretty active in. It's going to be all in the links in my social media. If you go to YouTube, Instagram, anything like that, it's going to be my guns.low page. You're going to see the Discord. Click on that. It's going to put you in the Discord that I'm in currently. Let me actually show y'all. This is being basically my partner's Discord, my homie's Discord. It's called the Exoric Society. I don't know how to pronounce that shit, but yeah, this is the Discord I stay pretty active in. Might do more stuff for Discord as well, but yeah. Have a great rest of your day, night, evening, whenever you're watching this video, and as always, stay safe.